who fed me from her gentle breast, and hushed me in her arms to rest, and on my cheek sweet kisses pressed? My mother. When sleep forsook my open eyes, who was it sung sweet lullaby, and soothed me that I should not cry? My mother. Who sat and watched my infant head, when sleeping on my cosy bed, and tears of sweet affection shed? My mother. Who loved to see me pleased and gay, and taught me sweetly how to play, and minded all I had to say? My mother. Who ran to help when I fell, and would some pretty story tell, or kiss the place and make it well? My mother. Who taught my infant heart to pray, and love God's holy book and day, and taught me wisdom's pleasant way? My mother. And can I ever cease to be affectionate and kind to thee, who was so very kind to me? My mother. Ah no, the thought I cannot bear, and if God please my life to spare, I hope I shall reward thy care, my mother.
The origin of Mother's Day. In 1858, when Anne Jarvis, a young Appalachian homemaker, organized Mother's Work Days to improve the sanitation and avert deaths from disease-bearing insects and seepage of polluted water. For Anne Jarvis, also known as Mother Jarvis, community improvement by mothers was only a beginning. Throughout the Civil War, she organized women's brigades, asking her workers to do all they could without regard for which side their men had chosen. And, in 1868, she took the initiative to heal the bitter rifts between her Confederate and Union neighbors. The younger Anna Jarvis was only 12 years old in 1878 when she listened to her mother teach a Sunday school lesson on mothers in the Bible. I hope and pray that someone, sometime, will celebrate and commemorate Mother's Day, the senior Jarvis said. There are many days for men, but none for mothers. Following her mother's death, Anna Jarvis embarked on a remarkable campaign. She poured out a constant stream of letters to men of prominence, President William Taft and former President Theodore Roosevelt among them, and enlisted considerable help from Philadelphia merchant John Wanamaker. By May of 1907, a Mother's Day service had been arranged on the second Sunday in May at the Methodist Church in Grafton, West Virginia, where Mother Jarvis had taught. The same day, a special service was held at the Wanamaker Auditorium in Philadelphia, which could seat no more than a third of the 15,000 people who showed up. The governor of West Virginia proclaimed Mother's Day in 1912. Pennsylvania's governor in 1913 did the same. The following year saw the congressional resolution, which was promptly signed by President Woodrow Wilson. Back to Africa, Nigeria. While this was going on in the United States of America, women in Africa, especially in Nigeria, began to group up to fight for their rights and improve their community. Chief Mrs. Funmilayo Ransome Kuti was a teacher, political campaigner, women's rights activist, and traditional aristocrat in Nigeria. She served with distinction as one of the most prominent leaders of her generation. Ransome Kuti's political activism led to her being described as the doyen of female rights in Nigeria, as well as to her being regarded as the Mother of Africa. Early on, she was a very powerful force, advocating for the Nigerian woman's right to vote. She was described in 1947 by the West African pilot as the Lioness of Lisabi, for her leadership of the women of the Egba people on a campaign against their arbitrary taxation. She was one of the delegates who negotiated Nigeria's independence with the British government. Mother's Day has endured. It serves now, as it originally did, to recognize the contributions of women. Mother's Day, like the job of mothering, is varied and diverse. Perhaps that's only appropriate for a day honoring the multiple ways women find to nurture their families, and the ways in which so many have nurtured their communities, their countries, and the larger world.
The history of this celebration as one of struggle and nevertheless progress. And powerful women advances our species.
Doesn't she look good at 80? Santa Claus. Please give her a round of applause. And I'm just a messenger. And also I've been asked to give you these rolls as well. Thank you, Sally, for your service. We can give Sally a round of applause, please. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Thank you, Sally. Thank you.
We want to recognize the following mothers for their activities in our community. Umuada Enugu, thank you for giving back to the motherless baby home. Thank you for your compassion and kindness. Mrs. Victoria Omotade, founding member of the Organization for the Advancement of Nigerians, OAN, since 1989.
We are helpers. We help Nigerians. Whenever a Nigerian needs help, ON is there. Because we are the umbrella organization in the US. Everybody knows us. Even in Nigeria, we've known everybody. I mean, ON is great. I started with them when they started, and I started this parade with them. And by the grace of God, as long as I'm alive, I'm going to be with them.
Amen.
Helping us.
Amen.
Help Nigeria.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
We love her. I see her all the time when they do the parade. I love that she represents Nigeria and Nigerian women.